Hello, hello, hello. Am I recording? I feel frozen. Why is my screen frozen? There we go. Hello, welcome all my astrological star seekers. It's me, Danyell Carmelita, your favorite tarot reader and astrologer. I was gone last week. I don't know if you missed me, if you are returning here, but I was under the weather. I'm a little bit still under the weather. So if my voice sounds a little bit funny, that's because of that. But this week, the Cosmos have been doing some dazzling events, and we have a lot in store for us. So Venus is being bold and it's going to enter the sign of Leo, bringing us a burst of creativity and passion, and maybe even a little dramatic flair. Okay. Also, we have Mercury is going to enter its pre-shadow phase, and we are going to need to get prepared. All that will be discussed in this video, whether you are a Leo who is dramatic, okay, or a very curious Gemini, a grounded Taurus, a nurturing Cancer like myself, or a very mysterious Scorpio. Whatever the sign is, it's going to, these transits this week, or they're all going to affect us all in the collective. So stay tuned and get your personal horoscopes, first of all, and also stay and pay attention to the video and see how it's going to affect us and the collective. And of course, I have some tarot insights to guide us through this week. So let's dive into the celestial magic and see what the stars has in store for. But first, let's talk about our sponsor. And the sponsor is myself. If you been loving these weekly insights and imagine having access to them daily, well, I have a treat for you. Here we have an astrological tarot club, right? It is called Danyell's Astro Tarot Elite Club. I'm thrilled to announce a brand new feature, which is our daily readings. So join this community. It is only $4 a month, and you will get daily readings. You will get early access to all of my content. You will get exclusive bonus videos, and this is with advanced astrological insights. For example, you get Mercury Retrograde Survival Kit. I am going to do a new one in this sign that we have coming up, but I have a general one for all Mercury retrogrades. Also, any Q&A questions, I answer the behind the scenes. Any burning questions you have, you will get them answered. Also, you get special discounts. Yes, on any personal readings and any courses or anything I provide with my under my brand, Danyell Carmelita. And also, I think I already said behind the scenes content, right? And now we have the daily reading. And if you have a personal question, this is it. Don't miss out on this special opportunity, right? Because you get to have you get to deepen your cosmic journey. Click the link, it's down below. Remember, it's called Danyell's Astro Tarot Elite Club today, and you can start today, and you can start receiving your daily readings today and your exclusive perks. So that's great. Also, please don't forget to subscribe or download this podcast if you're listening via podcast. It helps me out for everyone who is here. And this is my way of you tipping me, or you saying you like my services. What also helps me is if you also click the button, the thumbs up button. But yeah, I am everywhere. My if you're want to not watch me on YouTube, you can listen to me on a podcast. It's called Astro Tarot Insights, where I illuminate the current climate, right? Doesn't that all sound lovely? So actually, speaking of the current climate, let's talk about the current climate, okay? We have Neptune that is in the sign Pisces, which is retrograding in 29 degrees. If you see me looking down, it's because I have my notes here and I don't want to miss anything. I discussed this already, but the common themes for Neptune and Pisces retrograding, Now, that's important, but then also what's important is that it's in 29 degrees, okay? But Neptune retrograding in the sign Pisces. Neptune is ruler of Pisces, so it's just double thickness in Pisces energy. So we have increased compassion. There's a spiritual awakening or intuition or heightened intuition, esoteric, religious, spirituality, mystical. All that is being explored. Now we have 29 degrees, so it's really hitting hard. You are really serious about your spirituality. There's a collective consciousness. There's a sense of like closing up or hurrying up about your beliefs. Also, there could be creative and inspirational flow happening. Especially with this Cancer season, double water element. And then we have emotional and psychological healing, emotional release, dissolutions or illusions, reevaluating your beliefs. Maybe there's some clarity and truth because it does cause some fogginess and confusion. And now it's like, let's clear it up. Let's clear this confusion. Makes me think of, okay, also this represents secrets. So currently in the news, we had something that came out. If you guys know, RFK is running for president, and there was a story leaked out about him, his nanny, and there were some photos and him sexually assaulting the nanny. I'm not sure if there's photos of him and the nanny, but there's some photos that leaked as well. I don't know if they're leaked. So let me not say that, but they have been brought to the light. And if they were secretive, that's very Neptune and Pisces. Sexuality also is involved with Neptune and Pisces. And then you have photography, also Neptune and Pisces. They were saying that he was a sex addict. That is very Neptune and Pisces. And there was medication involved. And again, that is some Pisces energy, okay? Yeah, so that's what you have with Neptune and Pisces. If you find yourself being more religious, don't worry, it is a vibe in the sky. Not that it's bad to be religious, but it's like, what is going on? Having discussion about religion, having discussion about spirituality, really getting into maybe yoga or meditating or crystals or things that are like mystical. That is all Neptune and Pisces. Now, also currently in the sky, we have Mars in the sign Taurus, and the themes are about being sturdy and determined, persistent and endurance, slow but steady progress. And now Mars is all about what you want to achieve when you're trying to achieve something. It's also how we are dealing with conflict as a collective. I'll get into that a little bit personally later as I finish saying all the things, but it's all about addressing conflict, but being persistent and thinking more long term, maybe being more practical and grounded with your actions, having long term strategies, focus on stability and security. What makes me feel safe? I need to achieve that. Financial stability, relationships stability, material and physical goals, because it is an earth sign, so wants tangible things. But it's a huge energy of resistance to change, okay? Because Taurus is not only a fixed sign, but it's also an earth sign. So that is double whammy. Fixed stubbornness, okay? So if you're having issues with people you are having conflict with currently right now, because we have the Mars and Taurus, and they are not budging. They are like, no, I am going to. You want this crystal? No, I'm going to hold on to it tight. I'm holding a crystal for you guys who are listening, and you're like fighting for this crystal, but they are not giving up. They're very stubborn. I want you to work on acknowledging feelings. Their feelings, acknowledge their feelings, acknowledge your feelings. Also practice some empathy, have clear communication, involve the person who you are having conflict with in the process, okay? Have patience, work on your timing, and work on some slow changes. Do not think you're just going to flip the table and just change their perspective on things. Even though we're not dealing with Mercury, we're dealing with Mars, but like their attitude in pursuing this, you're not going to change it. Just work on small steps, build some trust, and be flexible with this Mars and Taurus, okay? And also Mars and Taurus is going to focus on comfort and routine, and there's a strong work ethic. How's everyone working? I know I was working so hard once Mars hit Taurus, and then I got sick. But that's okay. I'm back at it. But there's hard work and diligence and consistency too. So we have all that. Now, currently, we have Saturn in the sign Pisces, and Saturn is retrograding. And Saturn is also going to have you connect with that spirituality, Pisces again. But now we have restriction. Now we have seriousness. Now we have some boundaries, right? We have some rules and some follow through. So there is spiritual and emotional reflection. There's reevaluating some boundaries because Pisces does represent boundaries and things that are very unclear. There's also dealing with some creative blocks and reevaluating your artistic creative blocks. Compassion is deal with some responsibility. You're having service to others in a very authoritative and structured manner. There is restructuring your beliefs, right? Reevaluating your spiritual foundations. You have that in Pisces. Saturn in the sign Pisces retrograding. You have all that happening. So close, hooked onto that Neptune in Pisces retrograding in 29 degrees, you're also very serious about your belief and your dreams and intuition. You're probably analyzing them and grounding your intuition. Also, there's a mental health focus and collective themes on mental health, on addictions, and being serious about religions and restricting things that are very cloudy, are things that are like, this seems like a false idol kind of energy, even though that could be more Jupiter, Sagittarius energy. But the belief of it makes me think of Joel Osteen, and he is in the news right now because he tweeted something. But the whole belief of a mega preacher, is he real? I don't know. Let's put some restriction on that because religion is, my beliefs are serious, and he seems like he's here for money. He seems like he's an illusion. I'm not saying this is true, but this is why he is in the news. This is a big theme with Saturn in Pisces, okay? Really questioning people and their belief and really setting some clear boundaries on your belief. For example, I keep bringing this up, but like people who are against certain music, like they're saying that Taylor Swift is a witch or Beyonce worships the devil. That is Saturn in Pisces. I'm not saying if I believe it or not, but I mean, yes, I do. Okay, so moving on. Jupiter in Gemini is currently in the sky right now, and this is all about. It makes me think about personally. It makes me think about, well, one, a presidential debate, because Jupiter and Gemini is all about the debate, and this is going to be bigger than ever. And of course, we have some different things about the debate, and that's really because if you look at their charts, which I did predictions, check out that video. It's a very quick video. And I'm going to do a video on Kamala Harris. I'm going to do one on Michelle Obama. I'm going to do one just on Trump. Yes, but I did it on Biden and Trump in the debates. And a lot of things that I said was right on. I made a mistake, though, on talking about them versus each other. It was actually flipped. So, like I said, that Trump feels like he's insecure when the truth is he felt that Biden was insecure and wasn't confident and was on medication and was trying something new. And then two, you had Biden saying that he fell asleep, and that was also in that prediction too. It's very interesting. It was crazy. I think I said that actually in a video, but yeah, so go ahead and check that out. The debates are over, but you can still see some truth and some presidency, but look out for our future content on that. Okay. But we have the Gemini also represents duality, and duality is the opposite sign, right? Not the opposite, but duality of things. And it makes me think of the male and female because you have this duality, these opposite sides here. And I don't know, it seems like there's a lot of that discussion. And yes, anyway, usually Gemini season is all about the rainbow and multitasking and having all the options, which we still get that with Jupiter and Gemini. But right now I feel like we're focused more on the duality, male and female. both sides of the coins kind of thing. But also with Jupiter and Gemini, you could be doing a lot of small local trips in your neighborhood. I live in California, so Palm Springs, Santa Barbara, San Diego, Temecula. These are all the things that I've heard all my friends going to within this weekend. And it just makes sense. A lot of people are not flying far, but you could, but just focus more on local trips. People on social media more than ever. Also, because we have the sun in Cancer, you have old influencers, people who were very nostalgic coming back to social media because it's really that Gemini, and the Gemini energy is bringing people back on social media. I love, I have a Mars and Venus in Gemini, so I love that. But yes, so that is what we have with Jupiter and Gemini. And then, quickly, I want to remind you, if you want to know anything about July and you're like, well, what I missed out, check out my last video. I have the July 2024 astrological revelations on horoscopes and tarot. And then also, if you are into tarot, this is here. This is your July. Pick a card and for 2024, check it out. I actually do the videos and I pick a card and I pick a pal and I do it for myself, and they are always 100% right. So just so you know that I follow my own readings as well. I actually jumped over Cancer season. It is currently Cancer season. So there's a lot of reflection. People are very nostalgic. There's heightened emotions. There's a focus of home and family and domestic activities. Again, intuition and psychic abilities. Anytime the water signs are involved with the current energy in the sky, the vibe in the sky, I suggest tarot readings or anything that deals with intuitive things that you cannot really describe, or if they're not tangible but they're based on feeling. Do that, like a Reiki, a sound bowl kind of thing. All of that is very water energy, and tarot reading and psychic abilities is strong during Cancer season. There's emotional healing. There's a discussion and a focus on security and comfort, like the ego and your drive is really focused on that, and self-care. And Cancer is also the energy of fertile and being a mother and nurturing. So maybe giving birth to creative pursuits. I have here, I just got an easel behind me, and there is a painting that I'm starting there. But I am a Cancer sun, so that's very fitting. And I have 7th house placement. So, but Cancer season is all about being creative. You don't have to be an artist, but you can maybe do some writing, some painting, or maybe music. Just some type of something that helps you with your emotions and express yourself emotionally. Cancer again is about the mother. So when you have mother, you are dealing with fertility, the womb, and abortions. All that could be a big thing for you with this Cancer season. Cancer also represents your ancestry, not just your past, but like your family, your heritage, and your childhood. And it makes me think of Kendrick Lamar. He just came out with a video and it's very LA based, which is really Compton. Everything is about his ancestry and, within his homeland currently. And yes, very nostalgic kind of energy, especially if you're from LA. Also, when it comes to security and home, it makes me think of the headlines currently. State Farm Insurance is threatening the governor on because they want to raise their rates, because they want to raise the rates of insurance because of what they know what's coming up, which is Leo season, which is fire season. But yeah, they want to raise the insurance rates, and insurance is all about your security. Now, also too, they're blaming it on climate change. Like it's called something like climate change, which is very Uranus and Taurus, just so you know. But yeah, so that's what we have for Cancer season. And yeah, let's talk about the current transits we have. So this is the current transits for the week, July 8th. We have Venus that's going to sextile Uranus. We have Mercury sextiling Jupiter. Mercury is also going to trine the North Node and sextile the South Node. July 9th, the moon will enter Virgo. Jupiter is going to sextile North Node, trine the South Node. July 10th, the sun is going to trine Saturn. Very positive energy. July 11th, moon enters Libra. Venus will trine Neptune. Again, another positive day. Venus is going to enter Leo. Now, on the 12th, we get this Venus opposing Pluto, We'll get into that. We don't have any squares this week, so that's positive, but we do have an opposition and a conjunction. Now, July 14th, the moon will enter Scorpio, and on the 15th, Mars is going to conjunct Uranus. So that is what we have, and I'm going to explain each aspect in detail. But first, let me pull tarot cards for the week for the collective, and I will do it individually for us as well for your horoscopes. Oh, wait. Am I mussing it up? Oh, yeah. Here we go. Sorry. I try not to do reverses if I'm conscious of them. You know, when it's subconscious, it doesn't matter. If I see a card that I'm like, oh, I made reverses, I try to stop it. It doesn't matter if I try to stop it, though, because I can't control the cards. I can just tell you what the cards mean. Okay, here we go. So this is for the collective for this week. Okay. We have the Queen of Cups. Yeah, I told you guys, get your tarot readings on. Okay, this is all about focusing on spirituality, nurturing. Very Cancer, strong energy this week. So maybe you are a mother figure, maybe you're discussing your emotions, you're thinking about security, psychic abilities. All that is happening, but it's in a very feminine way. Okay, so this is such a feminine energy. There's no masculine energy. This is all about internal. How do you feel inside? Okay, also very creative. Also discussing your dreams could be really big. Yeah, so but this is someone who's very nurturing. Okay, if you are a water sign or no water sign, this is you this week. Or you probably are not a water sign, but you are going to feel all of what water embodies, which is the dreams, your intuition, psychic abilities, your emotions, being a mother, tapping into this very creative energy, but creativity that invokes your emotions. Okay. We have the Four of Pentacles. So it's time to save some money this week if you can. And we did have some opposing with Venus, which is about your finances. But you want to save some money, not spend too much. Also, this is the energy of hoarding. So if you have a hoarding problem, it's time to release and let go. And lastly, great energy for family. If you had some rough times last week, well, guess what? It's going to end with abundance when it comes to your family. I'm very happy. It's very happy. There's a lot of options because you're dealing with the rainbow too. A lot of multitude of options when it comes to your family and your home and your emotional security. Okay. And your family relationships. Okay. So that is what we have for the collective. Let me pull up my chart here for you. Okay, so let's start with June 8th, and we have Venus that's going in the sign Cancer, and it's going to sextile Uranus in the sign Taurus at 26 degrees. So sextile is the energy of, okay, you got to do work. Okay. God put this out here, but what are you going to do? This is not naturally going to just fall into your lap, but it's still positive. Okay. So this is about relationships. You could expect some exciting developments, maybe a fresh approach to your love and your partnerships. Maybe there's creativity because Venus does represent the art, right? Maybe there's some artistic endeavors. It's a great time for experimenting, maybe a new style or methods of creative projects. So if you want to start something new and something creative and make it beautiful and something different, this is the day to do it. Okay. Tomorrow. Also encourages a break from traditional roles and expectations. When it comes to the finances, you might be influenced in the financial markets and leading to unexpected but positive shifts. So if you are into the stocks, this definitely represents stocks, Taurus, right? Advances in technology, especially those related to home and comfort, and very inspirational, very innovative, emotional liberation, and positive surprises. That same day, we have Mercury in the sign Leo, and that is going to sextile Jupiter in the sign Gemini here, sextile, right? It looks like it might be 10 degrees or 9 degrees. 9 degrees. This is actually before, so I should have did this transit before. Anyway, but individually, we're going to be having boost of communication skills, making it easier to express your ideas with confidence and flair. Mercury is about how you process and communication. In the sign Gemini, not Mercury is in the sign Gemini, but Jupiter is in the sign Gemini. Mercury is the ruler of Gemini. It's all about communication here, okay? In a big, big way. Also socializing. Leo is the dramatic flair, okay? And the creativity. The mind is sharp and eager to learn individually, and there's creative inspiration. Now, a collective impact, you can have media and publishing on a larger scale. So a surge of media activity. Publishing is the writing in a small scale, and then Jupiter is representing publishing across the world, right? The spread of information. So expect some lively discussions or sharing some ideas. Could be increasing travel and exploration and appreciation of different perspectives. Okay. Now, the same day, Mercury is going to trine the North Node, and it's going to sextile the South Node. So personally, there is some purposeful communication, and there's leadership and initiative, because Aries is all about the leadership and initiative towards what you need to achieve in this lifetime and your personal goals. Pursuing your true path. There's self-discovery. Starting something new. Encourage introspection and the identification of your true desires and objectives. And when it's sextiling that uh, South Node here, that means it's releasing and letting go in a good way. Some partnerships that no longer are working for you, or some open enemies, or some contracts that were holding you down and wasn't letting you be your true self. Also, like an aesthetic of some sort that wasn't really your unique self. So you have all that happening, and collectively, we will have some social influence, like a broader scale, enhance collective efforts towards a positive change, some innovative ideas, and maybe a communicative community leadership. Okay. So that is what we have on the 8th. Let's see what we have here on the 9th. I'm trying a new, very Jupiter and Gemini. I'm trying Trello for the first time. I usually just use the Apple Notes, but the Trello is very cool. I had someone tell me about Trello a long time ago, maybe 2 years ago. And I was just like, I don't have time for that, but because I was learning something else, but now I have time. Okay. Especially with the Jupiter and the Gemini. And it definitely puts things in perspective for as note taking and writing. I love it anyway, and it's my first time using it, and it already is amazing. It makes things so much easier. Anyway, okay, so on the 9th, we have the moon that will be entering the sign Virgo, and when you have that, you are going to be paying attention to details. You are going to be discussing your health, or emotionally feeling healthy, and working out at home, and service orientated kind of energy, and self-sacrificing, healer for yourself or others, as a mom, or women or healing people in your home. And people would be very efficient and productive. Health initiatives could be brought up, in environmental awareness, because it is an earth sign, right? So the great things about this is that you're going to be organized. You're going to want to be organized. You're going to be focused on your health. You're going to be working out. You're going to be doing your day-to-day routines, and also taking your time with doing things, and put practical solutions. Okay. Now, the negative side with the moon in Virgo is that you could be a perfectionist. You could be overwhelmed with details, or there could be anxiety. Okay. But it's a great time to organize and clean up your home. Go ahead and book a session at home, because they have that now. Checkup. Okay. Maybe you can work on a project that is dealing with service and servicing others, and anything dealing with detailed work, editing, managing finances, anything very detailed. Great energy here. Okay. Now, the same day, Jupiter and Gemini is going to sextile the node. here, North Node, and it's going to trine the South Node. This is great opportunity for growth, right? And enhancing your communication in a big way, networking, teaching, sharing knowledge. Also, you can be very courageous in your pursuits, very adventurous because Jupiter is very adventurous. A lot of educational advancements for the self, and in the releasing of the past of that Libra energy. So anything learning of releasing partnerships, right? You have that happening. Very leadership, innovation, and cultural exchange. Very optimistic energy for the future, and purposeful learning. Okay. Yes. So that is what you have on the 9th. Let's see what you have on the 10th here. And on the 10th here, we have the sun. Now, this is positive. We've been having some positive days so far for the week, but the sun will be trining Saturn. And when it trines Saturn, 19 degrees, it's the ego, right? The sun is your ego, it's your drive, it's your pursuits. You actually physically getting something. It's like a strong Mars, right? And the ego in itself is working really hard with some lessons and restrictions, especially some lessons that are seem a little foggy. So trying the best thing ever. Okay. It is going to, you don't even have to do anything. It's going to land on your lap. Okay. There's emotional stability. You find it easier to manage your feelings and approach challenges with a calm and composed attitude. There's responsibility, there's discipline, taking responsibility for your actions and your commitments, setting and achieving some long term goals, because Saturn is the planet of time and moving slow and thinking long term, and very old fashioned kind of energy, right? There's spiritual growth, there's seriousness here, and in a good way. There's also the emphasis on introspection there as well. Collectively, supportive leadership, structured creativity, social responsibility, emotional maturity, practical spirituality, nurturing your discipline. Okay. It's a great time to do some goal setting and planning. If you have some emotional healing that needs to be done, it's going to happen. Okay. Any type of spiritual practices, you want to explore it and it resonates with you, like meditation, yoga, mindfulness. When it comes to any spiritual healing, do that, integrate it in your daily routine, and think long term is going to work out for you. Also, again, community service, I can't express that enough when it comes to Pisces energy and Neptune and Pisces, and that Cancer water is going to work out. Also, it's also that is a great time to the 10th to get a tarot reading. I will, I always want to point that out for you guys. But anything spiritual, Reiki, yoga, all that energy is all the same. Analyzing your dreams. Oh, tea leaf. I would think it's more Taurus, but it's still that psychic energy. Okay. Getting your palm read. All that is great. Okay. So on the 11th, we have the moon. Let me scooch it down for you guys. We're moving the chart. So we have here the moon will enter Libra. And when it enters Libra, you're going to be emotionally thinking about your relationships and harmony and aesthetics and beauty and art. Styles, your fashion, decision making, okay? Being very diplomatic and being very cooperative. Social gatherings, maybe you're going to entertain at home, but the focus is on cultural and art as well, okay? So with this moon in the sign, you want to have some harmony, you want to have some fairness, you want to have some justice, and you want to have some social connections. The downfall with the moon in Libra is passive aggressiveness. Okay. People will be emotional and they won't really address it up front. They'll be passive, but there will be some aggression with that. You could be indecisive. You can't decide because you have this scales here and you're like, I don't know, I want it to be balanced, and not everything can be perfect harmony. Also, there's an avoiding of conflict when you have this moon here, but it's a great time to do some self-care, strengthening some relationships, enhancing any type of form of aesthetics. And I'm not just talking about aesthetics like in your home, but even aesthetics like with your work. If you work from home, all that can be beautified. Okay. Now we also have, hold on one second. Okay, so we also have Venus in the sign. Well, see, let me go back here because it already hit, it jumped the gun. Okay, so before Venus enters, right before Venus enters Leo, Venus will be in the sign Cancer, and it's going to trine Neptune in the same degree, 29 degrees, right? That pivotal ending degree. And there is romantic and emotional deepness here, right? It heightens your romance and emotional sensitivity. And with that comes creativity and imagination, spiritual connection, collective compassion, again, art and healing and being supportive and inspired creativity, just all the water elements. It is so positive and loving, and it's very romantic. Neptune is the sign of romance, and Cancer loves security and love, okay? Especially with the family. So if you are married, or if you're not married, you're thinking about your future spouse, this is it, right? The love is in the air. The rose colored lenses is in there, but it's great because it is trining, right? Is this trining? Yes, it's trining. So it's really good. So, yes, go ahead and go on a date that day. That's what I would suggest for you. Now, this is what I was trying to show before, is that now Leo is in this, now Venus, before, when it was in Cancer trining, you still feel it for a few days, but now they're partying outside. They are partying outside. I love it because I love Cancer season. Anyway, and summer. Okay, just being outside. Anyway, but we have Venus that will be entering Leo, and talk about fun and being outside. This is it, okay? Venus is already about love and beauty and harmony and art and being attractive and romance and luxury and pleasure, right? Okay, so but when you're dealing with love and it's in Leo, it's going to be passionate. When you're dealing with beauty, it's going to radiate. Okay. I mean, talk about gold to the ultimate status, right? Art, it will be very vibrant. I'm talking about like that Versace kind of art and aesthetics, the attraction. You will be magnetic with Venus and Leo. Romance, it will be more flamboyant, very out there, very bold. Luxury, lavish. Affection, grand. Pleasure, exuberant. Creativity, very expressive. Leo represents self expression. So people will be more themselves with creativity. Now, Venus also represents grace. So there's a regalness to it because Leo also represents the monarch and royalty. There's charm, aesthetics, there's boldness, there's indulgence, and very extravagant indulgence and showy kind of balance, right? So things that are in harmony, it will just be a little more grander, okay? Yeah, so sensuality will be a little fiery, and the relationships will be very dynamic. Desire will be very intense, and enjoyment will be very joyful. People will be having fun. I love Leo season. It's all about getting outside and being in the sun. And then you have Venus and Leo, so really getting those sunflowers, and all the parties will be yellow theme. You know how they have those lemons, but this is more, that's that Venus and Leo. It represents yellow and orange. So yeah, gold parties. So you have all that now. Oh, the she said, I actually got this for my birthday. My daughter gave it to me, and I thought it was sunglasses. Speaking of outside, anyway, on the negative side, because it will be hitting some negative aspects, Venus and Leo, right? You'll be, when it comes to love, you may be self centered, you may be vain, you may be theatrical when it comes to the harmony. Maybe the art will be overdone, okay? Just doing too much. You may be attracted to someone and very demanding with your attraction. The romance may be over dramatic. Luxury may be excessive. Be careful on spending too much. Your affections, you could be overbearing. Pleasures, you could be too indulgent. The creativity could come off kind of gaudy. Your grace could be over arrogant. Okay. The charm could be a little manipulative. Leo is all about the theatrics and the drama and the stage. Indulgence could be wasteful, and balance can be inconsistent, and pretentious is the elegant dynamic. Relationships, you could be dominant. I was going to say domineering. Same thing. Desire could be a little obsessive, and enjoyment could be self-indulgent, worrying about the self. Okay. So yeah. Now, romantic expression, creative artistic flair, self-confidence and charm all comes with Venus in the sign Leo. Socially, I mean, collectively, there's a lot of social events, there's a lot of celebrations, there's a lot of things of celebrities and their love relationships and children who are influencers or who are famous, are just children, period, and child play. Like having a party and doing something that deals with like fun as a youth is what can happen, but also dramatic displays of creativity and leadership in relationships, very passionate romance and increased confidence you get with this. But remember that there's attention seeking with Venus and Leo and some ego clashes. Leo is not scared of a conflict. So you could be having all that as well. I'm trying to see, activities you could be doing is go to a party. Okay, plan something that's romantic. Surprise your partner with a grand gesture. Do some self care and really boost your self confidence because it's all about the self with that Leo energy. Okay, but I would do some major creativity with that Venus and Leo. Okay, now let me just tell you the aspects that Venus will, and I'm like, should I show you here? Okay, we'll show you. Okay, so first, Venus is going to, first, let me give you some predictions. When I was looking at this, I was breaking it down. There's going to be some intense transformation. There's some healing and growth with this Venus and Leo. There's challenge and unpredictability because it's going to touch that Uranus and Taurus. There will be some clarity with this, some confusion because we do have a semi-square, okay? But there is abundance, creativity, and there's confidence with some recognition. And yeah, okay, so financially, you can expect some changes because of that Uranus square and practical adjustments with that semi-square. And then overall energy, we're going to be very dynamic and very bold, and there will be some growth and evolution happening. Okay, so now let's talk about how you can see this from, the things that I just basically explained with Venus and Leo. It will be opposing, Venus will be opposing immediately as it enters Leo, and the sun will be doing the same thing. These planets will be coming, even though this is retrograding, it will be opposing anyway. But Venus will be opposing Pluto immediately, and this is some power struggles here, some deep emotional revelations. Something could be transforming or coming out of the darkness, okay, in a very dramatic way. So be aware of that. Now, also, we have Venus will soon also trine the nodes here. Not here. It will be trining the north node and then sextiling the south node. So it's very harmonious with your future goals and yourself and getting some lessons. And it could be through aesthetics or it could be through a very romantic gesture. Now, Venus is also going to sextile Jupiter. And when it sextiles Jupiter, it's very optimistic, very joyful. You're talking about the great benefics coming together. So anything creative and optimistic and faith-based is going to work out that day. Now, Venus is going to semi-square Neptune as Venus is in Leo. I'm not moving it because I don't want to cause confusion, but there'll be a minor challenge, okay? Feeling like a restriction or some tension happening here when that happens, maybe in your relationships, maybe with your creativity. But then Venus will be coming on, and then it will be trining Chiron when it hits 23 degrees. It will trine Chiron, very positive. Chiron is the planet of healing. So healing some relationships, healing through art, healing through harmony, healing through some fairness, like legal fairness or self-love. Okay. Then Venus, this is the big hiccup here. The worst part of the Venus, right? Venus will be squaring Uranus, okay, and Taurus, and that's all about some unexpected finances, maybe what you deem valuable, breaking free from some routine. There's unconventional ways that could be happening with your creativity, but it's no bueno. There will be a lesson here, and it's a fixed energy, so you don't want to change it, but there needs to be a change. So then it will be later on after that, Venus will still be in a negative light and semi-square Neptune in Pisces. So there could be some confusion here, some misunderstandings when it comes to your relationships or unrealistic expectations. And then August 4th, after that, it will enter Virgo. So towards the end, when Venus is in Leo, you do have some negative aspects, but, just be aware. I will break it down when it gets there. Okay. So that is what we have for the 12th here. And now let's see what we have. Was that the 12th? That was really the 11th. Now let's see what we have for the 12th. So then Venus, let's go back and really talk about the details of this when it is opposing Pluto. Now I talked about some power struggles here, right? But there's also deep transformation. There's some intensity when it comes to our relationships, some intensity when it comes to our aesthetics, okay, or what we consider beauty, okay. Something is going to transform beauty wise, something is going to transform in our relationships, something's going to transform with our creativity. We may not want it, okay, or we probably can't see the opposing side because they just can't see each other. You're talking about Aquarius is all about the humanitarian and the group, and Leo is all about the self, and you can't see eye to eye. Okay, so the self can't see the beauty part of the self cannot see eye to eye about the collective wanting to change. Okay, so some social dynamics, there could be some revelations here, some truth happening. Okay, Pluto also represents jealousy and obsession. That could be a theme coming up. Okay, some emotional turbulence. Pluto is also manipulative, and there's major power struggles with that. Okay, you should do some creative work. Okay, maybe have some relationship evaluations, maybe some deep emotional work. Anything dealing with deep seated, it doesn't want to deal with the surface. Pluto wants to deal under the surface, like get really deep. So all that could be happening that day, July 12th, or it could be lingering, or you're probably feeling it a few days before, while you're watching this video. Later on the 14th, we have the moon will be entering, actually let me scooch it over, Scorpio. And when the moon enters Scorpio, this is so intense. Okay, so emotionally intense. There is transformation, there is healing. Pluto is the ruler of the moon, and so you have that, and mystery and intuition, and could be some healing. Power dynamics are a thing here. Secrets could be revealed, especially with the moms and the women, or your home, or security. Okay, yeah, but deep connection, intuitive insights, jealousy and possessiveness, and obsession, being obsessed with something or someone. Okay, emotionally. Okay, you have that for a few days. And then on the 15th of July, did I already take it to the 15th? Mars is going to conjunct Uranus. Okay, you guys, this one here is going to be a doozy. Let me take a sip of water. Because there needs to be an understanding. Conjunctions are good and bad. Sometimes I feel like they're just so strong. Okay, so get ready for this. But when you have this conjunction, it's going to be sudden actions. There's going to be innovative drives. There's tension and restlessness. Okay, you may feel the urge to suddenly change your life. I have the drive to do something different. And then the Taurus things is with things that I really value, okay, or with my body or with my home. You have that. And then Mars is very assertive. It's very, you might just be like so spontaneous, and it could work for you or not work for you. Okay, just be aware of that. Pursuing something new, unconventional paths, embracing change, thinking outside of the box. Now the intense energy of this conjunction can also lead to feelings of restlessness. I don't have the patience, I am too impatient. That's why I'm saying it's kind of fast energy, even though we're dealing with Taurus, but it could be fast energy dealing with Taurus things that are very tangible, or earth, or what we value, and moving are things that are very stubborn, but you want to move fast, and there could be some impatience with that. So just be aware. Drive slow. Okay, even though we're dealing with Taurus, drive slow, be careful of and avoid some conflicts. Technology, because This Uranus represents technology, especially stocks and what we achieve. There could be some conflict there. Social movements. Uranus represents the social movements and what we deem valuable, like people who are students and going to school. There could be some conflict there, right? Economic shifts, sudden changes in our economy, and that could be happening, and it could be relating to your stocks, crypto. I don't really know those things, but yeah, so you can have all that stuff. On the good side, there's innovation, there's breaking free, there's energy and determination. On the negative side, there's impulsiveness, there's disruption, and there's stubbornness. Okay. Activities to engage in during this conjunction is to have a creative project, channel that innovative energy into something creative and new venture and a fresh approach and something that's very out of the box. Have some physical activity. Mars is the energy of physical aggression and work out. Try something new, try something different, change your workout routine. You might really love it. Problem solving. Use this energy that wants to change and you're like, I don't want it to change. Use it to problem solve. Use this time to tackle problems with a new perspective. Find an innovative solution to the challenge. And be very flexible and willing to change. I would embrace the change actually that day and step out of your comfort zone, because it will really work if you want that to work out for you. Okay. So that is what we have for the transits of the week. Next week, we have Mars that will be entering Gemini, leaving at Taurus energy. As you saw, I took it off, but you saw that it was in Taurus, and then it's going to leave Taurus and go into Gemini. So look forward for that next week. Also, we have a Capricorn full moon, another Capricorn full moon. We did this before. I'll explain it anyway. But I did want to talk about Mercury. Actually, should I put it back up here? Mercury and its pre-shadow phase. Okay, so Mercury is going to go start the pre-shadow phase. Let me see. Okay, it's going to start it at 21 degrees. Here it is. Here, this is Mercury, and you see it's moving. If you as I'm moving it, you see it's moving, and then it's going to retrograde. Sorry, it moved here. Didn't want to confuse you. Right here, it's going to retrograde on the 4th or the 5th, and it's going to retrograde, and then it's going to go back, right? I'm going to show you all the way back to 21 degrees. That is the pre-shadow phase. Okay. So we have this energy. Is it 21 degrees? Yeah, it begins at 21 degrees. So we have this energy. I think I was going back actually. I messed up. Sorry. So it's retrograding. Sorry. Okay, it's retro. Oh, wait. Yeah, there it goes. It's retrograding, and then it's going to go back to 21 degrees. And then it will start going back forward. Okay. So the 21 degrees is why the 21 is important. 21 is a Sagittarius degree. Next week, I'll talk about Sagittarius 21 degrees. I mean, not Sagittarius, but a Leo in 21 degrees. But also, too, I want you to clarify that it will be in a sign Leo, and then it will also be in a sign Virgo. Virgo first, then it goes into Leo. Okay. So basically, we need to talk about the preparation. Okay. I want to talk about it in this video because next week it will be Monday, and that is when the shadow phase will begin. So, everyone, this week, first of all, Mercury in Leo emphasizes bold and expressive communication. Reoccurring themes of conflict or misunderstandings. Okay. Creative expression, increased desire to showcase your talents. Leo is very dramatic energy, right? So can sometimes look over the finer details. So we need to visit these things and pay attention to them and replan before it happens. Okay. During this shadow phase, maybe you should look at those conflicts that you have with some friends, or how you address people with your communication or your writing or your email or your technology or your not technology or your social media. Okay. Be aware of that. Also, Mercury retrograding in the sign Leo and Virgo, you may be wanting to call those people who have those signs, Leo or Virgo. Be aware of that and be ready to address it. Now, collectively, there could be more dramatic attention and grabbing stories on the news, because Mercury is always the headlines and the stories in the news with broadcasters. So be aware of that. Leadership and authority issues related to leadership, to the crown, to let's hear what happens to Prince Harry and who's the king and the queen. I don't really follow the royalties, the royals, but authority figures, public personalities, celebrity stars, child stars. Yeah, so all that's going to come to a forefront. Also discussing heart and heart surgery, because it does represent the art, creative industries. So like the entertainment industry, or anything dealing with creativity and self-expression. Refine your personal self-expression, how you are verbally, how do you express yourself verbally. All of that, people are going to be very courageous with the tongue, and that can cause some conflict. So people will probably be confident and with their thoughts. Miscommunication is going to be happening. Traveling, are you thinking too boldly with your travels? Maybe you want to reduce that. Or while you're traveling, are you having conflict? Okay. Ego clashes, that is big with this energy. And overlooking details, don't do that. Okay. So prepping for this, there's creative planning, there's clear communication. You need to review and reflect everything. If you are buying something lavish, I will wait until this is done. Okay. Prepare for the retro. This is the shadow phase, I would say, used to prepare for some things. Okay. So double checking your plans, backing up some important data. Yeah. And revisiting some past issues. Okay. So reflect on your communication patterns. Review and back up any important data right now. I'm doing that today. Okay. I was doing that before I got on here, backing everything up on my external hard drive. Do that now. Make sure you have it. Okay. If not, you're just going to have to revisit and redo. Okay. Plan and organize. Outline some projects, set your priorities, double check all of your plans right now. Okay. If you are planning to travel, double check all your plans, enhance some creativity expressions. You can experiment. And when you're experimenting, you probably want to refine and polish your creative projects. Okay. Prepare for revisions. Just be prepared for them. Okay. Revise everything, anything you're signing. And Leo represents the gold, your creativity, your heart, anything that's very dramatic. Okay. And I will say everything, because we're also dealing with Virgo, which is health. And then Mercury retrograding is also going to be a lot of rumors. Okay. Look at all these rumors surrounding me every day. Yeah, that would be happening, especially with celebrities, right? With Leo, and also health. Prepare for revisions, be flexible, improve interpersonal relationships, communicate very clearly with everything, double check. If you're sending a text and you're saying, okay, so I'll see you Saturday at 4, and they don't respond, retext that. Just your heads up, can you confirm, see you Saturday at 4, or maybe on Friday say see you tomorrow at 4, because the text messages will be lost. I know people are like, you can't lose a text message. Try Mercury retrograde. Okay. Resolve any conflicts, focus on your personal growth, do some self-reflections, do some self-intentions, review your finances. Mercury represents trade. So be mindful of your finances, plan your purchases, do not buy anything lavish. Maybe when it comes to Virgo, you're buying things that are on sale. Well, you thought they were on sale. That's dealing with processing and organizing and cleaning. And then all of a sudden, what is that place? The storage bin place, the Container Store automatically has a sale the day after you buy it. Okay. Anyway, but stay grounded and calm. Practice mindfulness, and manage your stress. Okay. So do all that. Now, usually when I do that kind of thing that I decide to put on here, that is something I will have in my elite club, behind the scenes, and I will go more detail, because it's not attached to this long video. But I just wanted you to understand the kind of stuff that I do in other videos. So let's get into the horoscopes, shall we? Oh, before I do, no, I did. Oh, I was about to say, let me do a collective reading. I did that at the beginning. So, yeah. So now I want you guys to check your moon sign, your sun sign, and your rising. You're going to check your moon sign for your emotional horoscope. Okay. So, what do you want to know for predictions emotionally? That is important. and we're dealing with Cancer season. So yes. Now, when you are dealing with your sun sign, I find this to be so true with myself. Look at your sun sign and see what it's going to predict for things you are trying to achieve yourself and your ego. Okay. What is driving you? That is going to be your sun sign prediction. Your rising is going to be the most accurate. Now, if you don't know your rising, you know your sun sign. So you do get something out of this. Okay. But if you do know your rising, blessed be upon you, because now you get more of an accurate and you bring it all together and you will see like OMG. Okay. All right. So let's get started with Aries. Okay, Aries, let's get on to it. Let's pull some tarot first. I actually just mixed the cards right before. Ooh, Aries, y'all outside, okay? Very positive, very productive. You're giving birth to something. Very successful energy for you this week, okay? There's romance and creativity because you're dealing with it in your fifth house. Oh, it is very Leo energy. Yes, it is very Leo energy, and this sun is the ruler of Leo. But yeah, there's fun and pleasure for you this week. Great time for you to enjoy some hobbies. Be careful of not being too impulsive with your love. Okay, there could be some power struggles, a potential for conflicts due to that Venus opposing that Pluto. Okay, in the 11th house. So your relationships versus the relationships of yourself and having fun versus the dealing and the transformation and the power of some community or some group. So be aware of that. As far as predictions, romantic adventures, you may expect some heightened passion and creativity. Balancing social life, be mindful of balancing your personal desires with the group dynamics. Let me pull. You're going on a voyage, very positive, new trip, new energy. Voyage, it was water, and it's like a mom is carrying the kid. Okay, so you're carrying some great energy. Also, this sun represents the father. So, yeah, something with that is going on for you this week. I hope you guys enjoyed. See you next time. Okay, so now let's do my Taurus. And here we go. I'm trying this Trello app. Oh, let me pull a card for you guys. Taurus. Actually, let me make sure I have everything. Okay. Yes. Okay. So Taurus, I already mixed the cards. This is happening in your fourth house. Okay. Venus in the sign Leo. Let me pull a card for you. Ooh, there's a combination. Maybe you're traveling the world. Maybe you are big on the internet. Okay. With this Venus and Leo. Yeah, but there is some type of ending, some type of closure, some type of graduation, or maybe you are traveling the world, or maybe at the same time, there's a big production happening with the internet for you. Okay, let me pull an oracle card for you guys. Yeah, there's opportunities for you guys when it comes to publication and the world. People are loving you around the world, and there's this big opportunity, or maybe with this graduation or something that's closing or ending, there's a huge opportunity for you guys. Okay. With the home, this is happening in your fourth house. So there's home and family dynamics, positive changes in harmony in your home and family life. There's also security and comfort. You're focused on that. Maybe beautifying a home, securing a home environment. There could be some family tensions because when you're hanging out at home so much, you're conflicting with your family. Okay. If you don't have a family, but wherever you feel secure and safe, this could be happening for you. There's also some emotional intensity, dealing with deep-seated family issues. Remember, it's not just family, it's dealing with your heritage, something from your past, okay, something with your mother. Predictions, you could be improving your home, some home improvements, making things look good and beautiful, navigating family relationships with care and understanding. All right, I will see you guys next time. Bye. Hello, Gemini. All this is Venus is going to be in your third house. Okay. Let me pull a card for you. Ooh, Queen of Pentacles. You guys are living it up in your community. Okay. In that third house or with your siblings. Maybe getting some money with your siblings. Your siblings are giving you money. Your relatives are giving you money. Or it's a relative who's very financially stable that's going to help you out this week, or with Venus in the sign Leo, and then you're going to get some freedom. Okay, this person who is financially stable is going to provide you freedom, and we love that. Oh, so when that conjunction happens with Uranus, it might be positive for you. We'll see how that goes. But there is some freedom there. Okay. This Venus in that third house in the sign Leo is going to bring some communication, right? Enhanced communication skills and intellectual pursuits. And it's very bold and it's very dramatic in a good way. Social connections, great time for networking and socializing. You may have some miscommunications because you may be very confrontational. Okay. It could be some scattered energies because you may be distracted because that third house is just so many options. I can do it all. Okay. You want to express yourself. You will be expressing yourself with this Venus and Leo, and you want to stay grounded. Okay. I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, Cancers, let's pull a card for you. And we're doing the Venus and Leo. Okay. We have the High Priestess. Okay. And when we have the High Priestess, this is all about tapping into your intuition, looking into your dreams, use your emotional intelligence, using that psychic energy with wisdom. Okay. So, intellectual psychic abilities. Okay. So, really being smart and really tapping into that. How do I feel? How does this make me feel? Okay. And don't question the feeling. Okay. Cancers, this is in your second house of finances, of your personal resources. Okay. So there's some financial gain and you want to use your intuition for it. Let's see what else we have for you with Venus. There could be a standstill with your finances. Okay. And whenever something's moving and you think it's going to move, maybe use your intuition and say, you know what, I want it to stay this way. Especially with Taurus, it wants to be stubborn and wants to be fixed. Sometimes the stubbornness is good. So think about like, okay, you know what? I want to think long term. I want to move slow. I know I want tangible results. However, I'm going to be still. So it makes me think of if you thinking of buying a house, maybe this is a time to wait. Okay. There's financial gains with Venus in the sign Leo in the second house, opportunities for financial growth and stability, the sense of self-worth. There's increased confidence and focus on personal values. There could be some financial instability, especially when it hits that Uranus energy or maybe some possessiveness. Okay. But focus on some financial planning and some self-worth. Okay. I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, Leos, Venus is going to enter the sign Leo, of course, in your first house. Let's see what we have. Do you feel trapped? Do you feel like you're the victim? There's something that you feel bondage of and you feel like you cannot see, but it's all in your head. We have illumination. Why are you causing this to be a bright light in your life? This is actually something you shouldn't be illuminating. Okay. Let's see what we have. The first house is all about the self-expression, honey boo boo. Okay. There's enhanced charm, there's charisma, and there's personal how do you say it? Magnetism. I had to say it slow. Okay. So focus on that. Don't focus on what the entrapment is and how you're stuck and how you can't move. Focus on some creative projects. Okay. It's a great time for pursuing some personal goals and creative energies. Watching my son walk out the door. Anyway, some bad aspects is there could be some ego conflict, right? Especially with that first house is about the self and I, and then we're in the sign Leo. So maybe you could be overconfident. Anyway, but shine bright like the diamond you are on yourself. It's time to focus on yourself and it's not time to focus on the negativities. Okay. Balance your confidence though. Do not feel trapped. Okay. I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, Virgos, let's see what we have. Oh, backstabbing here. Okay. Some words has physically hurt you. The best thing about this card, even though it's dark, right? The emotions are a little bit round up, but they're calm. Okay. These are words. This is a mentality. I was gonna say the best thing about this card is that it's a 10, and that means it is at the end. This is the end of all that negativity. Okay. So if you're experiencing that this week, Virgos, don't worry. This is the end. But there is someone saying some words either behind your back or that's physically hurting you. Okay. And it's just words and it's mental. Okay. There needs to be some inner peace this week. Focus on inner peace. Oh, and look at what I have. I mean, the cards never lie, okay? Venus is entering your 12th house, and it's all about solitude and aloneness, okay? So have some inner growth, practice some inner compassion, some self-love, being alone in solitude, and not lonely, but being alone. Maybe these negative words is causing a new journey in you practicing self-love and being by yourself, okay? And focusing on this inner peace, okay? There's opportunities for spirituality and emotional growth. There's increased empathy and compassion in relationships of yourself in solitude. You may feel isolated. You may be withdrawn. It's okay, because you need to work on things on your own, and you have to work on this journey that's going to end with this Venus and Leo. But yeah, there could also be some issues. Potential for hidden issues may be surfacing, and I wonder if it's that. Okay. But use some self-reflection and have some emotional healing. So I wonder if some words are going to come up in the surface for you guys, some secrets, okay? And it was backstabbing and hurting you. And now you're seeking solitude. You're like, I don't trust none of you mofos. I don't mean to laugh, but I'm being human. This is how it is. So yeah, it's okay. Venus in the 12th house. When Venus is in my 12th house, I'm like, you know what? I love being by myself. I'm going to do yoga. I'm going to beautify my space, myself. No one sees this. I'm not posting this anywhere. Okay. A lot of spiritual healing, a lot of self-help books, a lot of self-love. Okay. Also art and creativity. Yeah, so that's what we have for you guys. I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, Libras, Venus in that 11th house. What does that mean for y'all? Let me pull a card and see. Oh, you guys are going to be giving. Very humanitarian energy. So we have that happening for you. Maybe you'll be giving or receiving, but it looks like you're going to be giving a pleasure. Okay, having fun and having pleasure in giving, having pleasure in being a humanitarian. Venus entering the 11th house is going to enhance some social interactions and networking opportunities, some group projects, collaborations. There could be some social conflict, okay? There could be a balancing act and struggling your personal desires versus the group. But this is a great time for teamwork and networking and humanitarianism, okay? Working for the culture, working for your group, working for your community, working with a big group and collective for everyone else, okay? Not selfish energy. I love that, but you will be in your mood of giving. I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, Scorpios, Venus in the sign Leo. Let's see what we have here. Ooh, celebrating with some females. Okay, maybe at your workplace. It's something with your reputation, but the women are going to have your back. And yes, I said women. There are women in these cards. The women are going to have your back. They're going to be supporting you. There's a career boost, opportunities for career advancement and recognition, leadership, enhanced leadership skills. Let's see what else we have for you with the oracle. Stillness. Stillness with the female support. The female support will cause you some stillness. Are you moving too fast? What's going on here? Whatever it is going to cause you to be still, but be grateful, okay? Because there could be some work tensions. There could be some issues with your public reputation. Whatever it is, you want to practice stillness, okay? Stillness. Stillness to me means not moving, not budging, not in a negative way, but in a way of like, you know what? I'm not going to move too fast. I'm not going to just jolt off and leave because I'm having problems in my workplace because it was fun and now it's not fun. No, I'm going to be still. I'm going to practice stillness and I'm going to listen to my intuition. Okay. But yeah, you're going to have some, could be having some managed conflicts, like handling some work tensions. But it's career focus for you guys. Okay. I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, Sagittarius, this is in your 9th house, the 9th house of Jupiter and Sagittarius energy. So you could be traveling, but let's see what we have for the cards. Okay, Venus in Leo is saying there is abundance with family. Okay, the family relationships are living its best with Venus and Leo. So there will be dramatic, loving self-expressions when it comes to your family. You will be socializing with your family and maybe being creative with your family. Let's see what else we have. 9th house, it could be adventurous, opportunities for travel and learning, very optimistic and positive outlook. You could be restless. You could be overcommitted. And then we have new beginnings with your family, new beginnings with this dramatic flair, new beginnings with self expression. Yes, new beginnings with creativity. I'm trying to make the card focus. Anyway, yeah, I love that. It's a very beautiful card. I will see you guys next time. Oh, wait, you want to explore, you're going to be exploring, you're going to embracing some new opportunities, whether it's with education or traveling, or maybe you'll stay focused and prioritize and manage your commitments. Okay, I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, Capricorns, let's see what we have for you with the Venus in Leo. Ooh, new love relationships. Ooh. Okay. Or maybe there is a new spark of intuition and spirituality and really going deep. Okay. We do have that Capricorn. That Venus going into the eighth house, and there's deep connections. Maybe it could be a romantic connection, and it's deep and it's emotional, and there's intimacy here. Financial transformation, positive financial transformation could be happening. Could be some control issues here, risk of power struggles and relationships, emotional intensity. Yeah, you could be having some emotional bonds, and there could be a transformation with resources. Solitude here. This card is dark and makes me think of a Scorpio energy, which is eighth house. Okay, it's all connected with the dark and taboo. Something with the solitude, something that you keep in the dark here, is going to bring this new found love. Okay, this new relationship, this new my cup runneth over energy, which we have here with the Ace of Cups. Okay, that is what we have for you, Capricorns. Yeah, something with relationships. Solitude. I know it's solitude, but it's like the loneliness is going to bring some deepness. Okay, the darkness is going to bring the deepness. Okay, I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, all of my Aquarius, we have Venus and Leo in your seventh house, and we have Leo energy. Ooh, we need to practice some compassion of self love. We need to practice some patience when embracing that untamed animal. Okay. There's infinite possibilities here. There's boldness, there's creativity, especially when it comes to relationships. So focus on your partnerships and relationships, socializing. Huge in this placement, all right? Aesthetics, being brave and really expressing yourself. There could be some relationship tensions. There could be the independence versus the connection, struggle with the balance of your relationship commitments versus you. There's some strengthening bonds here, and there's a balance need. This is Venus in the seventh house, is all about balancing something, harmony. Let's see what we have. Miracles. Okay, so the infinite possibility is going to bring a miracle for you with this Venus and Leo. I want to know what the miracle is. Look at that. And don't we love a rainbow? The miracle is going to bring multiple opportunities. There is a mountain in this card. And when you have a mountain in this card, there is a hard lesson you have to achieve. Okay. And usually the lesson is something that doesn't want to budge or move. But it doesn't matter because a miracle is going to come from it. Okay. So it's going to be a challenge that you feel like you cannot overcome. But and maybe it's dealing with your relationships, or maybe it's dealing with something legally. There will be a miracle for you guys. Okay. I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, Pisces. Venus and Leo is going to enter your sixth house. Let's see what we have far as the tarot. Okay, you guys are seeing higher ground. Okay, the world is at your fingertips. You guys will probably be predicting, not predicting, but preparing to travel or preparing to gather some information. Sixth house is the information energy, right? Because it is like, when I have sixth house energy, it's like how I input things and analyze things and break things down. And yeah, you guys will be doing that. Maybe there's a focus on health and wellness. Maybe there is work and employees and harmony at work, right? But I find that you guys will have the beauty, like how I'm doing Trello and organizing my notes. That kind of energy will happen and making it beautiful, right? You could also be stressed out at work, or maybe having to set some boundaries at work as well. Let me see. And then predictions. You could be focused on health and work balance. Okay. Let me see what else we have with these predictions. Leadership. Ooh, are you going to be the boss at work? Is this energy of Venus and Leo, because Leo does represent leadership? Is this going to make you the boss at work? Is this a preparation for you to be in charge? Let me know, Pisces. That's what it looks like. That's what the cards are saying, okay? With this Venus and Leo. Yes, I hope you guys enjoyed everything. I'm trying to expand this. I don't know how. Okay, here we go. Yes, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for staying and watching all of the horoscopes. And yes, I will see you guys next week. If you guys want to know more, if you're like, oh my gosh, I want this in writing, you can join my newsletter. The link is in the bio. I will see you guys next time. Bye.